Anthony Bandier here, bringing you a roadside chat, literally from the road. I'm in Beaumont, Texas, at the Lamar Institute of Technology Regional Police Academy, teaching some new recruits today. Today's question is, can the husband give consent to search the wife's purse? All right, so I got my little handy dandy iPad here to read some context. All right, so deputies respond to an overdose of a female in a vehicle at a gas station next to the pumps. Now, I don't know where this is, what state this is in, but it's not going to matter. My answer is not going to change. Um, they find the female unresponsive, and Narcan is, provided, and she's transported to a local hospital. The husband, who is still on scene, hands a deputy a bag, let's just call it a purse for now, a bag of full of medication. The husband stated that here's my wife's purse with medication in it. You can search it. The idea behind the search, the cops are looking for reasons why she overdosed, right? What's the cause? Would the husband be able to give consent to the bag if the wife was no longer on scene? Okay, so let's there's more here, but I can answer this. I have enough facts here to answer this question. The answer is yes. Yes, because the husband has what's called common authority over this purse. Common authority is when you reasonably believe, okay? That's Illinois versus Rodriguez, this apparent authority, right? When you reasonably believe that the person allowing you to search could do the exact same search. So he's the husband, he has control of the purse. Is it reasonable to believe that he could get into the purse? In other words, would, one way of looking at this, right, is do you think the wife would be offended if the husband went through her purse? Not she's hypersensitive. I'm talking about reasonableness here, right? Do you think that she would be, oh my God, I can't believe you went through my purse, husband. I'm going to sue you for trespassing my property, that type of mentality, right? And the answer is, of course, not. Um, Now I'm always a little careful, going through like purses with, from somebody else's when the wife is not there, because, women typically have some sincere and legitimate privacy interests in their purse. It's a very private place that they put their contents and so forth. But at the end of the day, the law is the law. The law is that does he have common authority? And under these general facts and under most scenarios, the answer is going to be overwhelmingly yes. He could do it, therefore he could allow you to do it. The fact that she is not on scene, the fact that she was never asked for her consent is irrelevant. And now the other thing is that my officer is putting in here is that, hey, what about a warrantless search even without the husband's consent? Do we even need common authority to try to find the cause of injury? Now, if you have read my search and seizure survival guide, if you haven't already, I recommend it. It is, I'm proud to say, the best-selling search and seizure book for cops in America. But in that book, I actually have a chapter titled "Cause of Injury Searches" because this type of thing does come up. And a cause of injury search is basically founded on exigency, right? There's an urgency to determine what is going on medically with this person in order to help render aid. So, you can kind of look at it that way. These are not motivated primarily, at least, for evidence. So we found her unresponsive in the car. Would looking through the bag warrantlessly, even without his consent, would looking through the bag help medical? We can give that information over the radio and so forth. Would that information help medical while they're transporting to the hospital? Say, hey, we also found fentanyl, we found heroin, we found this, we found that. Would that help? And the answer is yes. Now, when do those cause of injury searches end? Here's my advice. They end when you reasonably believe, right? The word is always reasonable because that's the touchstone of the Fourth Amendment. When you reasonably believe that you determine the cause of injury. So, while you're looking through the bag, if say medical's still on scene, she's unresponsive, and they found a hypodermic, and they find drugs, and they find, they're like, yeah, we know what's going on here, and she starts coming back to life at the Narcan, then you're probably going to start, stopping and and looking for another, if you have another reason to get into the bag, but you probably don't want to just continue these searches indefinitely. At some point, the need, the urgency ends. You make that decision out there, but that's two reasons. Okay, so common authority, check. Um, Cause of injury search, check. These are based off of exigency. My officer also goes on to a little bit more. He says, um, would the husband be able to give consent of the bag if the wife was lawfully? I'm sorry, if the wife was, if this was the same scenario but at the residence, and I think what he's trying to say here, it's the words a little, but where the wife actually was present and she recovered and denied consent. Well, obviously, if she's recovered and denied consent and she's present, then they cancel each other out. He finally says, "Hey, just so you know, I love your videos. We use them for briefing, and we share them with everyone." And he makes a cool comment. He says, "You are the legal instructor we didn't know we needed." I like that because a lot of cops think they have search and seizure down. It's pretty A to B, and unfortunately, it's not. I should really be out of business. There really should be no need for a guy like me. I should never exist. Search and seizure should be pretty common sense, but unfortunately, lawyers like to keep busy. The idle hands make the devil's work, and they put people like me in business. So, if you have a question for me and you want me to answer in this kind of friendly format over YouTube, quick videos, reach out to me or one of my other staff at bluetogold.com/show, right? Because this is the show, and I'll answer your question too, the best of my ability. If it's a very state-specific thing and it's basically about statutes, I don't really get into statutes. I get into constitutional law, but that's my game. All right? All right, do me a favor. If you like what I'm doing here, like, subscribe, comment below, get the comments going, share with your friends information. If you agree, disagree, all that kind of stuff is fair game. Put it in the comments. All right? All right, guys.